recording. Okay, here we go. And welcome back to Biscuit Tin RPG, everyone. I know that we've had a long hiatus, and I know that some of you have been like, oh, finally, we get a break from whatever bullshit is going on this week, which is great. But we're back to our regular schedule. We will be playing Red Opera tonight, and we will have City of Illumination tomorrow. That being said, I would be remiss if I didn't throw this out. Black Ballad is now available for pre-order, and if you were one of the backers at either the digital or the physical tier, if you really want to have something cool and help me out, the first gate is actually one of the add-ons as a PDF, special edition PDF, extra stuff from my various other bits that may have been shared, may have not been shared, but all in one place, added onto that special edition PDF. If you do actually purchase the PDF as an add-on, when we finally get around to finishing it up and making a hard or soft cover for it, you will get a one-time used 50% off coupon for the physical edition, whichever one of those you want. I'll figure out all that stuff in the background. But there it is. That will be sent out to everyone that has purchased the PDF. Unfortunately, anyone that got the Loot Crate, that will be the standalone PDF. No updates will be done to that, but if you do get the one from DriveThruRPG, any updates we do to that particular edition will be sent out to everyone, so that if we find something later on or someone goes, hey, you misspelled the word the, and I'll be like, damn it. All right, I fixed it. There you go. That being said, we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. Let me go ahead and find our recap. I haven't read this in a while, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, yes, Session 14. Bye-bye, Lil Banicula, a tale as old as time. We picked back up with the party as they were mid-combat with the vampire general Rizel, whom has proven to be one of the most infuriating combatants they have faced. She continuously zip-zapped from one room to another, which prompted their recruit, quote-unquote, Mazabeth, to ask whom exactly they were fighting. Upon hearing the name, she called out Zizi and started a short dialogue before a deal was struck, much to the dismay of the party. A clusterfluff took place, and the party ultimately had to turn tail and run, finding themselves staying in an old castle, which they found only partially abandoned. A woman asked for their help and led them to a grisly scene before turning on the unhelpful party, lunging at Augustine with ghostly dead eyes and a ghostly blade. And that is the most short, succinct, well put together recap I will ever do. You're all welcome. Now, with that being said,
the unhelpful party.
The unhelpful party. Maybe,
Like
yeah.
Really.
And she asked for your help, and you said you couldn't do it, so she got mad.
We're helpful.
So we pick back up. Augustine, you have just peeked around the corner, and you're kind of like, maybe your shoulders sticking out a little bit. Your head is obviously like peeking around the corner. And when you had admitted that there's nothing you can do to help this poor unfortunate soul, she immediately turned and lunged at you. She is literally about to hit you with a ghostly blade. Do you have any reactions?
Yes, but I can't do it until she actually hits me, so.
Okay. As she... Uh-oh. We just lost somebody. Jeff's gone.
He ran away.
Uh-oh. I don't think Jeff liked where this was going. All right. Let's do the hold music while everyone sits here.
I was going to say, we saved his little twig.
Half of the picture is like just there. So everyone else is in the right place, but Augustine, you are in 2 windows right now. That's pretty cool. What in the hell is happening?
I'm just that important. I'm that big of a presence.
Nope.
What in the hell is happening? All right, well, we'll go ahead. We're just going to go ahead and leave it like that for a second. We'll just continue on.
You want to try that one again with me? I got a 5-year-old looking at me going, I didn't ask if you wanted to.
I'm not his DM. I don't care.
It's not giving me an option to mute right now, so. Really? Go away, monster.
All right. I don't know what the hell's going on. So we'll go ahead and continue the scene. We'll just have a goofy little setup here for a minute until Jeff gets back. Seeing this ghost lunge at you, this ghostly figure just passes right through you. And as you turn around to look, she's disappeared.
Oh,
roll the wisdom
that's fun.
save.
I don't want to.
I mean, you don't have to, but you can. I think it would be advised to roll a wisdom save.
I'm going to. I just got to get my roll 20 or not roll 20, my d20.
If it helps, it's at advantage.
20.
All right. That was super weird, but you realize this entire thing was an illusion.
Augustine kind of like leans back out. So none of that was real.
So
Did we see any of this?
You saw her like kind of yelp and then just be like, "What?"
Damn it.
So there is no woman. She's not real.
No. I guess all of that was. Can Augustine lean back in and see if like the actual like fucked up little scene also vanished?
Yeah, go ahead and you can take a look back in.
Okay, I'll do that.
The scene is still set. All of that appears to be completely real. However, now that the illusion has been broken for you, you actually see a chair adorning the other end of the room, where there appears to be the corpse of a humanoid with the tattered robes of kind of varying shades of blue and white cuffs.
I mean, there's dead people in here. Can I investigate the dead bodies carefully?
Yes. Welcome
I'll
back, Jeff.
step in as well.
I'll join.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down and read my book.
Dirty 20.
Okay. There's nothing of import really in here. There's no items of any significance, just broken china and plates and just assorted silverware and things that have been tossed all over the place. Some books that are decayed beyond recognition, pages torn out. It looks like this is the end of a very violent fight. As for who would have made that magical illusion, unclear.
Oh, it's just a bunch of junk in here. But I think someone must be watching us if they're casting an illusion.
Someone is messing with us to keep us awake. This makes not much sense. Why? We all saw the lady, right? So it's like.
Mhm.
It wasn't a ghost. It was. Why was. That's weird. Oh, I'm too tired for all this. I need to fight here.
Now then, why don't we go back to our rests and back to taking turns keeping watch? May as well.
All right.
Okay. I'll take next watch.
All right.
I can
So
take watch.
yeah, consider you don't sleep. All right. You all go back down. The rest of the night, goes without incident. You all
Out of character,
gain.
that's real fucking weird.
What?
The rest of the night goes without incident, even though we had a really weird fucking incident at the beginning. I don't like that.
Who knows? Maybe it was just an illusionary trap. You never know. But
Mhm.
that being said, you can all take a long rest. Is anybody going to be doing anything during the long rest? I know, Unya, you're going to be reading.
Yep.
Just so I don't have to look it up, how many hours is it that you need to do for that?
I was just about to look that up myself.
Okay.
I believe it was 8, but I could be wrong. Where did I put it?
What at
Augustine
it?
only needs 6 hours, so she's going to work on some music in that time, but also like can she sit herself in a way to kind of try to see what exactly is in that book he's reading?
As long as
Oh
he's
no,
not hiding it.
48.
Yeah, 48 hours. I was gonna say, I think it's a little more drastic based on what you can do with that. So how many hours
Yeah.
is that so far that you've done it? You did a couple hours here and there already, and I'm gonna give you a full
I'm up
8.
to 6. Okay, so that put me at 14.
Yep, you're at 14 hours out of your 48. All right, now I gotta go find this damn item. These are creatures. That's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, generally not.
Let's see here. Nope. Starts with an S. Where you at? There it is. It takes up a whole page and a half in this book. Sorry. Okay. All right, cool. I'll go ahead and minimize that. And yep. All right. So if you're located kind of behind Unya, you're looking at the book. You're looking at a book that is bound in leather and covered in what appears to be tattoos of unknown origin, written in an indiscernible language. So when you look at it, you see him staring at what looks to be just gibberish. No known symbols or anything. None of it's making any sense at all. It's like a
Considering Augustine's opinion of him, that seems pretty on brand. So she'll just like kind of yeah, fucking whatever.
okay. So you're at 16 hours. I'm going to go ahead and note that. 14 hours.
Yep.
All right. Come on. Where's the on button? Oh, okay. All right, 14. Okay. As I said, the rest of it goes without incident. You all wake up. What are you doing?
I mean, it's daytime now. It feels like we should probably check this place more thoroughly.
So,
Is it
everyone make a
possible
perception
someone-
check.
Wow.
19.
16.
14.
18. I actually rolled like shit.
16.
All right. Riva, what did you roll?
19.
Okay. So it is daytime. You know that you've slept through the evening. However, it's still kind of dark outside. It's still kind of twilight out. Like the sun never really rose.
Is it
Oh.
normal for Yoncast, or is it something weird?
I blame the vampires.
DM, is this something weird?
Yes. Typically there is the day-night functions within the Shadelands. This seems particularly odd. It wasn't something you really noticed like right off the bat. However, as days pass from when you took over the Scarlet Hearth, light has become a little bit more scarce now that you think about it. The daytime hours seem to be fewer and farther between, as if you're entering winter, but it's not the case. It's actually approaching spring. So the shortened hours of daylight seemed odd. However, you wake to find that there is no sunlight. It appears to be perpetual twilight.
This cannot be good. We should probably make our way back.
So you're all going to make your way back to the city?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, still gonna glance at some rooms on the way out, but yeah.
Okay, so when you're exiting the building, you look into the various rooms. This castle's been here for a long while. However, it looks as if anything of value has already been looted. There's nothing
No,
of
don't. I'm not.
really any importance. There's maybe a few like weapons laying around, but they are rusted and beyond use.
What do the grounds look like?
Like nature's kind of taken over. Vines have grown up. It wasn't something you really particularly paying attention to in the beginning, as you were just super tired and trying to find a place to find refuge. But now looking at the grounds, it has not been touched by mortal hands, it seems, in quite a while.
Okay.
Cracked cobblestone. The one thing you do begin to notice is, along with the lack of sunlight. It's not so much freezing outside, but there's a biting cold to the wind that seems unnatural. There's raindrops every now and then. Nothing, not like a downpour, but like every raindrop that hits you it chills you to the bone.
This is a weird question, but because of what Augustine is,
Uh-huh.
does she sense anything like because she's tied to a season specifically, does she sense anything weird like the seasons are moving as they shouldn't? Or if like can she tell if this is a quote unquote not natural thing, but like nature based thing, like actual seasons? Or
So
if it's the seasons are just impacted by something.
it looks like to you, you're not sure what it is. However, the seasons are moving as they should. There's nothing unnatural about that. However, there does seem to be something affecting everything. At first, if you go, your first thought might have been, this might be localized to this castle. This place is already weird as hell. But as you begin to venture farther away from the castle and it disappears into the horizon, it's like this everywhere. The entirety of the Shadelands that you can see as far as the eye is covered in perpetual twilight.
On the walk back in, if there's a tree that would be appropriate for this, Issa's just gonna cut off a branch and just start whittling at the end of it for the walk back.
Okay. You trying to make anything specific, or are you just dinking around with something as you walk?
Not sure yet. Just something to do with her hands to keep her not thinking about everything that happened the night before.
Ah, yes. The utter failure of the entire mission. Got it.
Thanks, Dad.
Well, what else are fathers for but displaying disappointment in their children?
I mean, it's a partial success because nobody died.
Fair. Absolutely fair. The
Uh,
glass half full.
No, but someone did lose his life in another manner.
Denzel
Aw.
did fully get turned. So
All right. So you're all about an hour and a half away from the city. Other than the perpetual twilight and the cold, the unnatural cold. You don't really encounter anything. It's just a standard walk back. You take the typical trails. Nothing hampers your progression. You make it back into town. Where are you headed?
I would think back to the Scarlet Hearth.
Okay. So, with that being said, the Scarlet Hearth, you have a couple options. You can try to make it back stealthily. As you kind of, I'm not going to make you make a perception check, but you'll notice that there's a heavy concentration of accursed guard that are in noticeable presence outside the Scarlet Hearth, as if kind of just waiting there, keeping an eye on it to see if there's any movement. So,
I would say we should probably sneak.
okay. So, with that, you have you do know that if you're going to be going in on the yonder side because that is the only way that you're able to easily get inside the city. However, when you approach the bridge, there is a checkpoint set up. How are you going to address that? Because in order to get past the checkpoint, you are going to have to reveal your identities.
Is this simply a people standing there checkpoint?
No, this is legionnaires standing their checkpoint.
Issa's just gonna pull off her hood. What's up?
One of them happens to be Richard. Oh, hey.
What's up, Rich? This is new.
Yeah. Kind of have control of the whole thing over there, and gotta keep things civil. It's kind of at a standstill right now. Still waiting for Dorian. I do believe that the accursed guard is going to be probably a lot more dense as things go on. Obviously, we're trying to keep to our sides. The accursed guard are definitely watching that. You may be able to get in, but getting back out is going to be difficult.
Mm.
I can send a small retinue with you to deter them, or if you prefer to find a different way in, that's also up to you.
Any suggestions?
Well, if they don't know who you are, you walking with a retinue is definitely going to give you away. I
Mm.
don't believe they had any survivors. And he just looks at you. But we don't know. They may have spoken to their fallen via magic or something along those lines. So they may know
Mm.
your exact faces. So either sneaking in where they can't get to you, or with the retinue, and obviously outing yourselves is probably your safest bet. At least for now. But like I said, getting out, not going to be easy. We have provisions in
The
there to
city
keep
never
everyone
is.
fed for a while, but yeah. So if you have anything you need to do out here, now's the time to do it.
Feels like a video game save point.
Storyteller activate checkpoint.
Checkpoint in multiple ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's all these health potions coming from? Is that boss music I hear?
Little pop-up on the screen warning, any side quests that are currently in progress will be considered abandoned if you choose to select this quest.
I can't really think of anything we need to do.
I guess we could always go see Biscuit, but that's
That
that
isn't
is
really
a
a
side quest
necessity.
now and forever.
That seems more like just a fun thing to do.
Yeah. I don't know if it'd be helpful, but it would certainly do something.
I've never did.
Augustine's got nothing, so she's just hanging back until everyone else decides.
My decisions have gotten us so very far so far, so I'm staying out of this.
Okay. So far, it seems like 3 of you have no side quests you wish to do. Jeff, you got anything?
Yeah. I got nothing for Jean.
All right. Jean's
Yeah.
got nothing.
There might
Actually,
have been
quick
something, but
thing.
if I didn't write it down, it's gone.
Augustine will ping her patron real quick and just ask if there's anything they would like her to do before entering, to make sure she doesn't go in there and then suddenly her patron needs her to do something.
You, like always, you don't get a voice in your head. For whatever reason, you've heard of other patrons that will talk directly to their warlocks, or but this particular patron is very imagery related. So what you see in your mind's eye is standing in the middle of a room, and as you turn around in this room, you see multiple hallways. You see one that leads into the dark. You see one that leads into the light, but the light is unsettling. And then all the other doors are closed.
Can I try to insight to see what exactly they're getting at?
Yes.
What's my insight? Oh, beautiful. It's one of my ridiculous ones. Heck yeah. Okay, so that's a 32.
Fantastic. So the door to darkness, you have incited that it is dangerous, but it is to continue forward. The light that is unsettling, you now understand is not just unsettling, but it means to walk away. And you sense great tragedy with that path. And loss.
Don't like that. All right.
Basically, your
She'll
patron
kinda
has
just-
given you a choice.
Walk away from these chucklefucks now or continue forward. She'll send like just the general aura of gratitude for their answer. Kind of look around at the others. I say we go in.
All right. Do. Fantastic. All right. You all walk. Are you going to go try to take stealth, or are you going to take the retinue?
Out of character, my vote is stealth. The retinue could slow us down.
I vote stealth.
I can take me and someone else in without being noticed. I can just teleport us
I-
in.
And I have greater
vote stealth
invisibility.
I vote stealth as well. I have Mask of Many Faces for all the good it'll end up doing me.
And then Unya can just transform into an animal, right?
Ooh, no.
9 more? Okay.
My
So-
ability's upgraded / disappeared.
Gee, what's that like?
No longer a druid. Okay. I think stealth as well.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go one at a time. Let's see here. Augustine, I know that your stealth will be just straight up greater invisibility. Issa, I'll get to you in a second because I know you're using Mask of Many Faces. However, you will have to
Also,
slip past
sorry.
the people near there.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Also, if we're all within range of me, I've still got a +3 bonus for Aura of Protection going on.
Okay.
Just as who I am as a person.
All right. Jean, what is your plan?
I will attempt stealth.
All right. How are you going to try to stealth your way in here?
That is an excellent question because I have some mind stuff I could do, but that gets kind of ticklish.
If
I
it
can always
works.
just bring someone once again.
Yeah, that might be a better option for John. He's a green tiefling. He's not a naturally stealthy person.
Okay. Unya, do you have any way of stealthing in there?
Not really. So. Yeah, it's just gonna be straight stealth skill for me.
Okay.
Could we split the difference and just have like 2 guards walk in like they were just heading back from something
I mean,
instead of a full retinue?
it is your choice on how you wish to utilize this. I'm not going to give you any hints or tips. This is a checkpoint, ladies and
Oh no,
gentlemen.
I'm spitballing to the group.
Be creative. I will allow almost anything.
His last words before he murders us.
The book's not out yet, so not yet.
What just happened?
So you do have a retinue of 6 legionnaires at your disposal to use for whatever you want. They can just walk you in there and deter any sort of threats, or you can utilize them in other ways. I will be a kind DM and let you know that despite the downsides of them knowing exactly who you are on the accursed guard side, you will not encounter any trouble walking with a group of legionnaires.
How
So-
bad would it be if these people knew who we were? Like,
Hi. Probably bad for me.
So, based on what you know about the city, you are under the impression that there are 2 sides to this city, but for the most part, Yon Koth as a whole, the Twin Cities, is kind of overseen by 2 factions. Now, despite there being 2 factions, one is more towards the mortal realm, and the other one obviously deals with patrons. However, the act that you have done in taking the Scarlet Hearth, which cuts off the Accursed Guard and therefore King Dorian, from it to be able to make sacrifices to their patrons, that would be seen as treason.
Also, not for nothing, I kind of took out a good chunk of them, so they're probably pissed.
right. Well, someone I was saying if like it's not that big a deal, we could just have like 3 of us go to the guards and then
We
you
have-
2 sneak in.
I do have the seeming spell where I can cloak each of us in illusion to change our appearance and clothing and all that stuff. But if anybody bumps into us or passes an investigation check against my save DC, they will see through our disguise.
In my defense, I haven't actually done anything to make them want to attack me, so I think I'm actually gonna just go through with the retinue.
We all have committed treason, right? So we all have given reason for them to
Yeah,
attack us.
this was a group assignment.
We all did go and take out the cursed guards that day. Yeah.
We've
So-
all
Did
been
an
squirreled
OC.
away in there until we went on our field trip. Like, they're not stupid.
I think I can get me and someone else. You can go invisible. You have a disguised self. So it's just John or Unya have to get in without being noticed. That's the issue.
Yeah. How many other is it Loxodon that
Yeah, Loxodon are not common here in the Shadelands.
yeah.
So that one sticks out like a sore thumb.
We all look
I-
really weird.
I mean, if you want to get real technical, I could polymorph you both into mice. Like out of character, I could do that. Like it would be a waste of magic, but I could in fact do that. Stick you in the pocket of someone who's stealthy. That is an option.
The stealth checks would be phenomenal because no one's going to care about a mouse.
Oh.
Can't Reva take someone with her? Didn't you say you could take someone with you?
I can take one person with me. Yeah,
So
it's dimension door. So me and someone else can go on.
Yeah. You take
honestly,
Unya, and I'll. I'll shoot.
I could polymorph you into literally polymorph you into a mouse. Unya and Reba go ahead because I can go invisible, and
And I
what
can
is it that
just
you have?
walk
Mask of
with
Many Faces?
maybe.
That could work.
I can walk with like one guard, so it's just 2 guards heading back from their shift versus just one out there by themselves.
Would they be cool with just 2 guards walking around? Or would they
Patrolling
take that?
bears.
As of
Yeah.
right now, it seems like hostilities are at a standstill at the very least. It's tense, of course, but it doesn't look like outright war is going to break out unless they have reason or a specific target in mind.
What?
Which, be honest, you all might be on wanted posters on the other side of the cities.
The hell you say?
No, you might be on wanted posters on the other side of the city, is what I said.
So do we want to try doing that then?
I'd say
Is
it's
that-
probably our best bet.
Yeah. Now, if I put Jean and his little buddy into my pocket, and I use greater invisibility on myself, does that also cover them?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
So
So-
John is going as a mouse. You're carrying him,
Mhm.
going invisible. Me and Unya teleport in, and Issa disguises itself as a guard.
Okay. You have Mask of a Thousand Faces. The only thing you'll need to do is talk to Richard about getting some garments. Because Mask of a Thousand Faces, I do not believe, affects your clothing. I don't recall, anyway. It's been forever since I've used it, because every time I played a Warlock, it's been a Changeling.
I can take a look.
I thought it was just disguise itself at will, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Interchange body type. Nope. You make yourself, including your clothing, armor, weapons, etc., look different until the spell ends.
All right, cool.
Duration's an hour.
All right. Okay. So with that, because of how you're going to do things, remind me, Riva, Dimension Door, do you have to see where the end is going to be, or can you place it inside of a building?
I believe I can just describe it, and then it will take me there. Let me look it up.
Okay. Because I know that it has
Also,
to be within
you've been
500
in there
feet.
before.
Yes.
Let's see. You teleport yourself from your current location to any spot within range. You arrive at the exact spot, or exactly where desired. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by stating distance and direction. So yeah, I can just go in there.
Okay, cool. I will tell you this: you'll have to get closer to the middle of the bridge in order to use that, because the bridges are a quarter of a mile long from side to side, about 400 feet wide, and they are packed with people. This particular bridge, packed with clerics and holy people, more than anything, as well as the accursed guard that are kind of not necessarily in the middle, but kind of hanging off to the right side of the bridges, more towards the Cathrock side. Obviously tense, but more watching the situation unfold than being outright attacky. So as long as you can make it two within 30 feet of the actual bridge or pass that leads to the Scarlet Hearth, you should be able to make it there no problem. So you'll just
It's gonna
have to
require-
innocuously walk up there and just,
Yeah, just walk up without drawing attention.
Yep. So you'll have to make either performance or deception checks, you and Unya, to make it to that without drawing too much attention to yourselves.
I'll do performance. Yeah, he's the one.
Issa, you will not have to make any checks, as soldiers walking towards and in and out of the Scarlet Hearth are not uncommon at this point. They will not recognize you. Nor will Augustine and Jean, because Jean is a mouse, and Augustine will have greater invisibility. The only thing you'll have to do is navigate through, so you might have to make a couple dex checks not to trip over yourself and cause a scene.
16 performance for me.
Okay.
I think if Augustine stays fairly close to me, like, I still got a big bulky shield, so if somebody whaps into it, they're gonna probably assume it's me and my clunky ass gear.
It's fine. I mean, you could legitimately just not hide your actual shield or whatever. They're not going to assume anything. Most shields are pretty typical looking, and unless you have something engraved on it that's very you, then
It's
no.
just a different material type, so I'll probably make it look a little bit more legionary than just the wood shield that I usually have.
Cool. All right. Unya, what'd you get for your deception and or performance roll?
6.
Cool. We're going to split the difference, and now I'm going to roll to see if anyone recognizes your shenanigans. Make perception checks, both of you.
You're in danger.
23.
16.
Okay. You both make it to the spot where you need to go. You'll be able to cast your spell. However, when you make it there, you realize that all of the accursed guard that are near you are watching both of you. They see you intently. They are watching your every move. There is a sign of recognition in their eyes. Riva, you can tell that they are very much aware of you, although you're not sure if that's you or you.
Okay. I think I still cast a spell. I think as I step to the door, I just say, "My name is Mazabeth. Nice to meet you."
Nice. Roll persuasion. Actually, that would be deception. So just whatever you rolled plus your deception. Now that I think about it. You are muted.
Okay, not as good. 12.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You two are inside the Scarlet Hearth. We'll get to you both in a moment. Issa, you managed to walk in probably about 5-10 minutes later because you're just walking at normal speed. You'll probably have trailing you Augustine and Jean. Augustine, I need you to make a dexterity. In order to avoid running into people, I need you to make stealth checks. Make 2 stealth checks for me.
So the first one's a 24. Oh,
Yep.
I'm sorry. No, not a 24. No, it is 20. No, 26. I'm sorry, 26. I was looking at the sheet
all
I
the
had pulled up on.
difference. All right. And your next one?
And then 23.
Okay. You managed to make it through. You zip zap, dodge, duck, dive, dodge, and you make it through to the doorway right behind Issa, who has opened the door and walked in. You and Jean make it in, and you are all inside. And as the door closes, I assume you drop your greater invisibility, and everyone else kind of drops whatever they were doing, their disguises. And sitting at a table, kind of discussing over a map and some parchments, is Fate and Lacroix. Kind of just looks like they've been waiting patiently for something to happen. Fate looks up. Oh boy. Pardon me.
Fate's voice is loading.
Welcome back. Did everything go as planned? Did you help Zale?
I don't know, Issa. Did we help Zale?
Issa's just gonna go sit down and just start sharpening the end of that fucking stick.
I think she's going to stab me with it when she's done.
Jean is still a mouse, so he's not going to answer the question. Just sticking out of a pocket.
No, everyone here got turned into rabbits by the vampire lady, and now, and then they all decide to leave, and Zale is now turned.
Oh, I see. It's unfortunate, but at the very least, you have my gratitude for trying.
With that,
I'm gonna pick Jean up, and kind of say quietly to Jean, do you want to stay a mouse so you don't have to interact, or do you want to nod once if you want to be back to Jean?
Mice don't really have the shoulders for it, but he's going to attempt to shrug.
I'm gonna put him back in my pocket,
Sweet.
in a nice little pocket where he can stick his head out, like that.
Things are simpler as a mouse. He's getting a feel for Sebastian's whole vibe.
Sebastian's in there too. Oxy just.
Oh yeah, he's loving it.
But, yeah.
He's actually smarter now. He feels like a genius. He won't shut up about it. Just squeaking his little face off.
Something flowers for Algernon.
So, you're squeakers until that spell wears off. Fate and Lacroix kind of debrief you on what's happened. Let me see here. Where is it? Okay, so the downside with this voice mod thing is it takes forever to change voices. So I'm gonna try to keep this as fluid as possible.
So, in your absence, we've realized that it's going to take longer than we anticipated. We brought provisions in to be able to hold this place, and we're still waiting for Dorian to send a messenger or anything. But as of right now, it's been radio silence.
It's infuriating. I'm so tired of waiting for him to actually do something. We've been here for 3 days, and nothing. Everything is a waste at this point. But fate has informed me that patience in this is probably going to serve us better. But we're drawing the plans, in case nothing happens. In order for your safety and, try the safety of the mission, we would ask that you would stay here until either we decide to go with a different action, or we get a message of some sort. Obviously, we cannot force you to stay here, but we can tell you that we've learned that the accursed guard know all of the faces of those who have helped. There does seem to be some confusion with you, though.
As he points at Riva.
Something tells me there's going to be less confusion very soon.
So from our understanding, there's 2 of you?
It went like this. I died. Someone tried to bring me back. Instead, vampire took my body. I got brought back by, I'm forgetting his name right now. What's the name?
Some
I got
guy.
brought back by some person. I'm here now. Vampire is not in my body. They're also Rizel's sister. They're off turning into vampires or whatever they do. I don't know. But the accursed god did see me come in here. I did tell them I was Mazabeth. So we'll see. Maybe they'll get confused.
Sowing confusion can be a benefit to us, of course. I just hope you were convincing with your Chloe. Probably for your sake than the rest of us.
So, as that all happens, when you stated that there was that the person that took over your other body was Mazabeth, that didn't really strike anything. But Lacroix did have a very perplexed look when you stated that it was Rizel's sister. He looked over at Fate, and Fate just went. Neither of them really seems to know what that means, at least in the grand scheme of things. More so perhaps because of the age of Mazabeth and how the information you know about her kind of being over 1,000 years old, or having died before then. It could just be something that was lost to lore. They're not really sure, and you can't really get a read on either of them about that topic. Now, that being said, you all are free to decide what you want to do. Those of you that do know of a way to sneak out can absolutely do it. But otherwise, you will be here for a week and a half before anything happens one way or the other. So, during that time, is there anything that any of you want to do? Unya, don't. I know. I'm going to get to you here in less than a day.
I would like to talk to Issa.
Okay. Then we'll put a pin on that for just a second. Augustine, is there anything you would like to do?
She's gonna kind of improve, I guess, views of her, or try to, and do free performances to try and keep up spirits. So,
Okay.
like violin performances, singing, etc., etc.
All right, fantastic. Go ahead and roll me a performance check. 2 of them, actually. And take the highest one.
So roll 2 at advantage and then take the highest between those 2?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, I technically already have advantage on our performance rolls.
Well, good for you. Just roll 2 then.
You're like, this gets you disadvantage.
All right, sassy pants, let's go.
DC just got higher.
And one of them was a natural 20. So
Okay.
that is
course it was.
37.
Okay. You manage to, with your performances throughout the next few days, week rather, you manage to keep their spirits up. Some of the guards, the first week and a half, or rather the first week from when you get back, so like 6 days. There's still a little bit of traffic in and out of the doorways. After that, it stops. Everyone that's in there stays in there, and everyone else that's outside does not come in, as you get reports that security is tightening, and the accursed guard are not necessarily as noticeable, but you've been informed that there are known spies from both sides littering all of the bridges. They are in disguise. They're hiding amongst everyone else, as are the Legionnaires themselves doing the same thing. So rather than draw attention and then possibly give anybody access that shouldn't have access, they've basically cut the Scarlet Hearth off from anybody, including their own men and women in the Legionnaires. So during the first 6 days, you managed to, with your absolutely stellar performance throughout those days in order to raise morale and keep everyone's spirits high, you've managed to make yourself 30 gold and 100 silver.
Nice.
All
Well,
right.
she actually wasn't doing it for the money, but
Wow.
not gonna complain.
Jean, what are you doing?
He didn't have anything specific he wants to do.
Okay.
And just since he can't be a mouse the whole time, so he'll just help out where he can.
I believe that only lasts for an hour, so
yeah, he'll just he'll kind of just do his thing.
Okay, cool.
Nothing special.
All right. Unya, we're gonna go ahead and cover you real quick. How often are you reading the book?
Pretty much reading it every chance I get. So if I don't have to stop for sleep or to eat, I'm reading.
You were at
14 hours.
14 hours. Okay, so you're reading at this point. Riva and Issa, I believe you have a conversation.
Nobody asked what I wanted to fucking do.
Well, I mean, I assume this conversation's going to happen before this week really gets started, so that's why I'm saying
Fine.
now. And then we'll get to you, Issa. You can do whatever you want.
Issa, I wanted to talk to you about what happened. I'm not happy with what occurred, but it was wrong of me to call you a coward. I do not. Clearly, something more than I understood was going on. Some deal was bartered, and if you had the judgment to see that running was the right judgment, I should just trust that it is correct. I am not very much the thinking type. I know you don't really trust me, you don't really know me anymore, but I stole this from our house, and I can't really use shields, so I thought maybe you'd want to check it out. I handed the black shield.
I'm not going to take it immediately, but I'm just gonna look at Reba, decide what I'm gonna do with this.
Okay.
You know why I decided that the best idea was to turn and run?
I assume it had something to do with what Rizel was saying.
The only reason I am in Yonketh is because me and my partner owed her a favor that was too big to ignore. I didn't expect her to call it in on telling me to walk away. But at the same time, it managed to save all of us to the best of the ability that I fucking had. The other option, as you heard her say before all of this, was for me to leave her and leave you guys in there fighting. Oath that I follow is to make sure all of my people are as safe as I can make them. And sometimes that's going to mean running away, and sometimes, regrettably, as Jean is probably never gonna fucking forgive me for, it might mean sacrificing a familiar to save somebody else's lives, because to be pissed off at me means that you have to be alive. And that means that I did my job. And it sucks. And we lost someone, and they're dead, but they're not dead yet, which means that it might still be fixable, and I very, very badly want to shove this stick into Rizel and keep going until it's dust. But we don't get the chance to do that just yet. So you're not wrong to call me a coward. But sometimes cowards survive.
Well, it's a very honorable thing to protect the ones you care about. So I do not fault you.
Yeah.
When we get out of here, I'd gladly stick that stake through Rizel with you.
All right. Thank you. And I guess I'll take a look at this shield.
Okay. It is a magical shield. As I described it previously. Come on, let me see this. Nope. Okay. Yep. It appears to drink in the light around it. It's a matte black. Think of like the ultimate, like the like the paint that they have now.
Vanta Black?
Yeah, Vanta Black. That's what it looks like. It's almost as if it's not even on the same plane as you. That's the magic that it exudes. Now, if you wish to attune to it, I will give you the stats.
I've got a week to decide that, so I'm just gonna shove that into my inventory for now.
Fantastic. I will have this just hanging out right here in the message box to hit send when you finally decide.
You know we're both going to annoy each other before that hits send.
Nah. So, that being said, DM inspiration for both of you for having a heartfelt conversation and dealing with tough issues. Now.
You're giving them inspiration for doing therapy?
Yes.
You didn't do therapy. Shut up.
I
gave up my flask.
I reward hard work, and you've already gotten your prize. Shut your mouth. So, Issa, what do you plan on doing within the next 36 hours? Or 32, rather.
That was ominous.
Oh, that's not for you.
Oh, I don't doubt that at all. But that was ominous. If I can sneak out, I would like to see if I can work on getting the minor favors that I owe to Biscuit and Bezoval just off of my plate. Whatever errands they end up needing or whatever that equals a minor favor.
So the way that favors work, you can in
or
exchange,
at least check in to see if they have anything.
Yeah, you managed to make it to both of them, and they're both like, right now we've got nothing. Like, we're kind of at a standstill till we figure out what the hell is going on with this. So you find that out within the first like day. Both of them say, we don't plan on trading your favor or anything. We understand that you are very powerful as an ally, but we'll be in contact with you. Biscuit is a little less, like subdued.
Professional?
He's like, hey, I will call you when I need you. Calm your biscuits. Oh, wait. Calm your me's. Multiple me's. Anyway, I'll be in touch. I promise.
Fine.
Sorry, I can't let you go just yet. The big guy hasn't told
No,
me what
understood.
we need just yet. So I'm going to assume you
Never
use the
hurts to
same thing
ask.
to get back in there. So if you plan on
Yep.
doing anything, they're not going to call in their favors anytime soon. At least
Yeah,
not
just-
this soon. So you still owe a
Mhm.
couple of favors, but all good.
In which case, on the way back, she is going to pick up at least one reasonably strong bottle of alcohol and find a mirror and go drink in front of it for a little bit.
Okay. All right. You'll make it back in after this then. So you'll probably be out for a little bit just doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Um
Just, I assume there's a mirror somewhere in the hearth that I can just go
Okay, so no,
stare into and talk
then
to.
you're back in now. You're back into the Scarlet Hearth. Yes, there's a
Yeah.
mirror actually in one of the downstairs rooms. So you're kind of in there. All of you have your own room, so to speak, on the lower level. Not the lowest level where the pool is that connects to the Obsidian Rush, but there's basically 3 floors that go down. You're on the sub basement 1, effectively. So you have your rooms. Unya, where are you reading this book?
My room.
Okie dokie. All right. I need you to make a wisdom save as the 48th hour finally rolls around.
Well, shit. I rolled a 1.
What's the total?
Not even 10. 6.
Okay. Q, do you have the complete stat block for this?
Yes.
Okay, so you know what's just happened.
Mhm.
For the members of the audience that aren't quite sure what's about to happen, I will give the basic bare bones of what is about to transpire. Upon reading this, your mind is so stricken with enlightenment that you are now cursed with something called the need, which compels you to attempt one of the rituals at least once a week. If you fail to do this, you must make another wisdom save. On a failed save, you take 5d6 psychic damage and are unable to stop yourself from completing one of the rituals immediately, if at all possible. On a successful save, you take half damage and manage to stave off the need to perform the ritual for 24 hours, at which time you must make the save again. So, you get this sensation in the back of your mind that you fully understand what you have in your hands. And this divine cookbook of sorts can bring you everything you desire. And you are compelled to do it. The itch isn't bad right now, but as days pass, it gets stronger and stronger. Now, the problem is, this need will come to fruition if you choose to hold off on doing it after the gates and doors are permanently barred until the next section. So, you have this itch. You have 7 days to figure out what you want to do. I will give you a few minutes to think about that.
Oh, I've been thinking about it.
Now, what's everybody else doing? I know that Augustine is probably performing or gearing up or writing a new sonata, something beautiful to raise morale. which will be quickly shattered here soon. Jean, you are probably pondering your orb, which is effectively little Sebastian and his smooth brain.
Perfectly round.
Perfectly
It
round.
is beautiful to behold. Thoughts
Issa
just slide right off.
and Riva, you are all. I'm going to assume that you're kind of just sitting around having a conversation with some of the soldiers in there, while we're figuring out what's happening with the need, as it were. As the days are going by, you're getting more and more information about what's going on outside. The twilight is now permanent. As you were walking back, you noticed there was a little bit of sunlight, but now as it hits towards the middle of the, or as it hits the end of the first week, the twilight is permanent. There is no sun to behold within the Shadelands. Somehow, something has blocked it out. Fate has surmised that it probably has something to do with the inability to give sacrifices to the patrons using the Scarlet Hearth, which you have all so eloquently and beautifully taken away from the accursed guards, having such ramifications. She believes that this is the kind of thing that will have to happen in order to bring Dorian to the table. Lacroix is still impatient, but just more along the lines pacing, going up to the top of the Scarlet Hearth and just kind of looking over the city to see if he can see any movement from the Cathrock side, but always comes down sorely disappointed, but very keeping to himself. Just frustration is apparent on his face. Fate, obviously, a little bit more serene and just kind of like, it's just a waiting game. Now, Unya, it has been 24 hours since you've deciphered this book. What are you
Check your
doing in the first...
message.
Huh?
Check your message.
Check my message? What message?
Discord.
Did I get something from you? I do not have a message from you, my friend.
Okay, well, all it says is that I drink.
Okay. All right. So, this ritual will allow you to reach out to an alien entity to ask any one question and get a truthful answer. However, understanding the answer is difficult and requires a wisdom check DC 10 to 20, depending on the question being asked, and that is up to me, the storyteller. The ritual requires 1 hour of meditation and the draining of enough blood to take you near death. This blood is used up in the ritual and requires 8 hours of rest for it to be restored after the ritual is complete. Where are you doing this?
In my room.
Okay. I'm going to give... was anybody planning on checking on Unya at any time? I'm asking because there is a chance that you'd be bored and try to talk to people. Now, I know some of you are just going to avoid Unya because he's stinky, but...
I think Rita might just check in on everyone every once in a while.
Issa's probably gonna proof of life everybody at least once a day as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Interesting choice of phrasing. But okay.
yeah,
I
interesting
did
choice
not
of
just
phrasing.
drag all of your rabbit asses out of a vampire thing to have you die while we're in our house.
Okay. In that case, twice I'm going to have this happen. Unya, high or low?
Hi.
Okay. One more
Hi
time.
again.
High again. Okay. All right. During your 1 hour meditation where you are draining your blood, obviously into a receptacle of some sort, Riva knocks on your door. You don't have to, there's no real concentration required, just kind of in a meditative state as the blood drains from you. You can still answer or respond if you choose to. Did you lock your door?
No.
Okay. So there is a knock on your door as Riva is checking for proof of life.
How far into the hour am I?
45 minutes.
Come back in 20 minutes.
I are you reading the book again? I don't mean to
No, I'm
harp
done
on
reading
about
the
it,
book. Just come back in 20 minutes, please.
but okay, whatever. I guess I'll go.
Okay.
Una needs alone time.
Okay. You did not get a 10%, so nothing is opened up to you during this time. That is a secret
Okay.
thing that only you know. So, what is your question as you finish your hour meditation? What do you ask the universe, as it were?
I want to know the secret to bringing down Riva, or not Riva. What's her name? Riva's doppelganger.
Mazabeth.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Your head fills with images. I need you to make a wisdom check.
Dirty 20.
Insight. Insight check, dirty 20?
Well, let me check on my insight. That's a different roll. Because you said wisdom check first.
Yeah, not save.
Oh, in that case, 25.
Okay. All right, well, no failing that one. Yep. So, as it kind of, you're not quite sure what exactly it all means. The information you're getting is very strange compared to what you remember. Sunlight shines down on you in your vision. And you see in the distance someone that doesn't look like Mazabeth burning away. And as that vision passes you, you see another one where there is a person in full plate, gleaming armor with a holy symbol of Ra, and you see their sword slamming down into this creature's body, and it explodes as holy and radiant light erupts from the heart of this creature, and it falls to the ground dead. And then you see another vision of someone sneaking up on a sleeping corpse, as it were, and jamming a stake into its heart and decapitating it, throwing its body into the fire. So what you've surmised from this is sunlight, holy smiting, and decapitation and fire can kill Mazabeth.
But I can't. Is this like? Am I realizing that I have to follow all of these steps to deal with her, or are these
You realize
options?
that these are options.
Okay.
There are many options for how to kill this creature. The one other thing that you realize is that this creature that you're seeing no longer looks like Riva.
So she needs to be brought to her real form.
You have an understanding
That-
that this creature is no longer in Riva's body. Like, it's not that you have to change that. It's just that it's already come to pass.
Okay.
And you pass out. 20 minutes later, actually 5 minutes later, you're unconscious. Riva, you knock on the door, or you walk in, your choice.
I think I knocked, but I do it kind of loudly.
There is no
Like-
answer.
Unya, I gave you 20 minutes. Can I come check on you now, or?
There's no response.
I'm gonna come in, so please be dressed. I open the door.
Unya, you were still in your ceremonial normal clothing and stuff like that. So what you see as you walk in is a bowl filled with what appears to be blackened and dried blood. And you see cuts. Where would you have opened your body to release blood for this ritual?
It would have been in the wrists.
Okay. So you see the healing wounds on the wrists as the rest of this ritual takes place, and Unya has begun sleeping. And you see that there was blood, and there's blood trailing down the hands, and Unya is unconscious on his back. Still breathing, not dying, but pale and pallid, cold to the touch.
I do think immediately as she sees it, she just kind of screams, just like out of fear that seeing someone fully like with their slit wrists, it's like, oh, they or might be dead, and runs over and immediately just casts Cure Wounds, just trying to like make it so it's not bleeding anymore.
Okay. Nothing changes. However, still breathing steadily. The wounds immediately disappear. The actual open wounds, but it still shows like scarring that is slowly disappearing as well. So the Cure Wounds did not immediately heal everything, as this comes from a more powerful magic than what your healing can do for it. But now that you've cast it, you're a little freaked out, but it seems that Unya is fine. Although not great, but okay.
I think I go get the rest of the party. And just be like, I don't know, some weird like ritual. He like bled into a bull. Could you just check out? You guys are more into the whole magic thing than I am, so this might be more down your lane.
Okay.
I mean, is he stable?
He's breathing, but it looks like he lost almost all of his blood.
I'll go make sure he doesn't bleed out at least.
Big fella, it's a lot of blood.
There's a lot. It was in a bowl. And it was all dried out somehow, which is weird because, I mean, it must have been recent.
Rituals do weird things. I assume if I make a quick check over, I can tell stable, just needs to recover kind of thing.
Yep.
Can I take a glance at the bowl and like the whole setup and see if I
Yes.
ping what was going on?
I assume that it was crisscross applesauce that Unya was kind of sitting in, or at least the feet were together like this.
Yeah. Meditative pose.
Meditative pose. However, fallen back, arms off to the side, legs straight, bowl at the end, and off to the side is the open book, where it was set down as Unya kind of relaxed back into a sleeping trance, as the ritual took hold. So that is all you see. Whatever implement that Unya had used to open the wounds is apparent, but the blood that was in the bowl where it was all transferred is gone, as if singed away by some massive form of either magic or heat, but it is gone. And the dried blood from where the wounds are basically closed at this point, but there is dried blood on Unya's hands.
I'm gonna pull out my my Pact of the Tome pact that's got a mirror on the inside of it and just kind of look in and go, is this something we should be concerned about?
Oh, you're asking your patron?
She's there. This is a warlock thing, probably. I just want to know if this is something we should be worried about.
You get back a kind of feeling of confusion, like not sure what kind of magic this is. it's certainly not of my making. And you get the feeling that you could learn more if you really wanted to, but you know that there's a price attached to that.
Gonna put a pin in the potential price. Say that 5 times fast. Is there a I'm just gonna ask, is there a path where this is going to be a problem to us?
You get uncertainty, but potential.
Cool. Shut my book, put it back.
Okay. Anything else anyone is going to do, or are we just going to let Unya sleep it off?
Augustine's gonna let him sleep it off. Like, her thing is, you want to do a ritual, dude? Fine. I'm done trying to stop you people from doing stupid shit. Like, that's about where she is.
Issa still got just enough thief in her that she wants to be a nosy bitch and just look through his shit.
Okay. So you want to look at the book?
Oh no! The rest of his shit. I'm just nosy. I don't give a shit about the book.
I don't know
I have
if
my own,
Unya
I have
has
my
a
own
whole
warlock
lot.
for that nonsense.
The only things you really find on Unya are a new pocket watch and a very fancy rapier. And then whatever random bits and bobs Unya was already carrying.
Yeah.
So nothing fantastical. I mean, the
Oh,
rapier looks fucking
Wasn't looking
dope.
for something fantastical, just want to see if he's going to notice something missing from his pockets.
That is up to Unya.
Of course, this is the gem embedded in my forehead too.
Meh.
Yes.
Yeah, Issa's not doing this for any sort of value or anything. She's just doing it because she's nosy and she's curious how much of your attention is actually back from the past drinking version of you.
Definitely a different vibe from Unya, the past, since the drinking has stopped. Noticeable, but nothing like where it's like, this seems like really off-putting. It's more like, huh, finally getting his shit together. Like that sort of thing.
I found my meetings.
Now, with
Issa's
that
going to
said,
take something out of his pockets that's not the pocket watch or the book or the rapier.
Or my ring. 'Cause don't forget,
yeah,
there's
no.
that-
Nothing of any particular value, just something where you'd probably stick your hand in your pocket and go, the fuck did that go?
a candle. A meditative piece of incense. You've managed to grab his entire sticks of incense. I assume he has it because that's the only way I could sleep around myself if I smelt that bad anyway.
doesn't bother me.
Oh, I know. That being said, we're going to go ahead and leave off here as the party slowly decides that Unya's fine. While Unya sleeps off the repercussions of performing an insane ritual and everyone kind of goes off their separate ways, we will pick up next week with what the party's going to do next. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 12 noon Central Standard Time for City of Illumination. We're finally going to be back there. I cannot wait to see what happens with that damn golem probably exploding and possibly killing the entire party because, well, quite frankly, we've earned it. Have a good night, everybody.